Well, Samantha Vinograd, a former Homeland Security official and CBS News national security contributor, joined CBS Mornings today to discuss the investigation.
Well, in the aftermath of any high-profile or mass casualty event, there is always a concern by law enforcement and intelligence officials that retaliatory violence and copycat attacks may be in play. Conspiracy theories often have a nexus to retaliatory violence and or copycat attacks. So law enforcement and intelligence officials are deeply focused on that right now, John. At the same time, it is worth noting the context here. The last few years, security officials, frankly, have been running out of words to describe the level of threat affecting this country, both the volume of threats and the diversity in bad actors. In particular, the threat that kept me up most at night when I was a counterterrorism official was the threat of lone wolves, individuals who act alone and plan their attacks alone. The perpetrator in this attempted assassination was reportedly a lone wolf. And it's like finding a needle in a haystack when you're trying to find a lone wolf because there's less of an evidentiary basis to tip off law enforcement.
The Republican Party will start its national convention today in Milwaukee. The FBI says there's no credible threat against the RNC itself or anyone visiting the city this week. And the convention will go on as scheduled for the next 4 days. Law enforcement already is on high alert, though. Our Ed O'Keefe is outside of the convention with a look at security. Hey, Ed, it's good to see you. You know, often with conventions, especially inside the building, the atmosphere is festive, I'll say. But considering what happened on Saturday, there must be an impact on the atmosphere today.
Well, Anne-Marie, first off, probably a bit too early to tell because most delegates are not yet here. But one of the things we kept hearing over the weekend from those that are making the preparations and planning to be inside the Fiserv Forum tonight is a sense of resolve, a newfound or renewed sense of a desire to just make sure that this campaign is prepared to win this fall, and believing now that given what happened to the former president and the fact that he was able to not only survive this, but in essence respond in the moment as forcefully or defiantly as he did, that gives them some wind at their back to help push them into this week and beyond, with a hope that there'll be more of a focus on what the party is doing or can do to win and less on the other things that come with being a Republican or being in the Trump orbit, things like, what happened on January 6th or the Proud Boys or other things, as one senior party official put it to me. Instead, there's going to be much more focus, concern, and interest in how is Trump, who's he picking, and what are they going to do to win this fall.
So we know that there were a couple of security zones around the actual site. But I know that there are also planned protests. Can you talk to us quickly about the security and also the protests?
So we're outside the Fiserv Forum, which is the home of the Milwaukee Bucks in what the locals call the Deer District. Ironic because Milwaukee is known for its beer, but it's also known for the Bucks. So this is the Deer District. Lots of bars and restaurants and other music halls and bowling alleys I can see down the street. It's basically been transformed into a big plaza for the conventioneers once they get through security. You're going through airport-style security. Bags go through the machines, you get wanded down. If you're driving your car into the perimeter, if you have the permission to do so, pop the trunk, open the hood, they check underneath. It's all part of a 7-block security perimeter that is surrounded by the black non-scalable fencing we saw last week in D.C. for the NATO summit, that you see outside the Supreme Court ahead of big decisions, that you see outside the Super Bowl every year. For 18 months, the Secret Service has been working with state and local officials on a plan that they say is ready to go, does not need tweaking, and will proceed as scheduled in the coming days. And essentially just means, look, you got to pack your patience. You don't pack the things in your bag that you wouldn't necessarily bring into something like this. And it's otherwise expected to be a rather secure facility. We're inside a portion of it that, because it's federally protected, you are not supposed to carry in a firearm. Outside this zone, in what they're calling the yellow zone?
Yeah.
The red zone? We're in the red zone, right? I'm looking at my producer.
I think it's the yellow zone.
Thank you, the yellow zone. I'm glad you read the notes because I forgot it. In that part, or essentially outside the perimeter, state law allows you to carry, either openly or concealed. There was some talk in the wake of the shooting whether that should be limited, but because it's state law, it's got to be allowed. Have we seen that? No. Could we see that? Yes. And there is a protest scheduled for later today that could draw about 5,000 attendees. There are other anti-Trump or anti-Republican marches and events planned. There are some pro ones as well, and police have to worry about that as well. You've got thousands of federal, state, and local police in town. It's actually become part of the charm and the lure of coming to these things. Where are those guys from? Well, we've seen them from Sandy Springs, Georgia, the Indiana State Police, Fresno, California, Nashville, Cincinnati. They send a few dozen police officers each. A lot of these cities have hosted these kinds of events before, so it's kind of a mutual aid thing. And it's an opportunity for them to get some training in how to protect what is called, again, a national special security event.
All right, Ed, thank you very much.